The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
This is the Madd Marv Comedy Lounge. Trap comedy at its finest. Where if you can't slang yourself, you might as well hang yourself. This is also where you can turn yourself into dope and you become the real man. Whoa, yeah.
First I hit 'em, and then I let 'em. Then I remix, rewind, then I wet 'em. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap.
Whoop, 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 whoop. How you guys doing? Welcome to another exciting episode of the Madd Marv Comedy Lounge. We're here today. It's me and Farouk because these other motherfuckers is late. People always give you excuses. Now, I didn't really want to believe in CP time or colored people time, but goddamn it, that shit real as big bowls of oatmeal. I tell everybody, the show started at 7 o'clock, not 7:05, 7:15, 7:10, and motherfuckers is late. So during this episode, we will find that some of these motherfuckers will be coming in late. They're going to be floating in, like butterflies and shit.
Traffic, man.
Yeah, traffic. Fuck the traffic.
That's a good-ass excuse in L.A.
Yeah, that traffic?
Yeah.
It is a good excuse, huh? Why that didn't work for us?
Because nobody gave a fuck about that.
Right. So, first of all, up top, we want to say press the like button, and we really love to hear your comments below. Let's make it greater, for everybody, because I ain't no hater. I'm a congratulator, and subscribe to MorrisMediaLive.com and subscribe to the Madd Marv Comedy Lounge. Now, we're going to get right into it. There's a lot of things that's going on this week. Did you hear what's going on with... how y'all doing? Now you go to late people. Did you hear about what was going on with Donald Trump?
Nah.
Okay, well, Donald Trump had some kind of meeting with the Russian motherfucker, Putin.
Yeah.
And I guess to some people, they feel as if Donald Trump took sides with the Russians over the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States. You know what I'm saying? So that may or may not be true, but... I do think he deserves this nickname that my homeboy Lee came up with, which is Benedict Donald. You know what I'm saying? It makes him the modern day traitor, Benedict Donald, which makes him Benedict Arnold 3000.
You got to really think about what's going on in America right now, the infrastructure of our government.
How so?
Well, they call it a deep state, meaning that it's a shadow government, like certain corrupted senators, congressmen, FBI agents, ex-presidents, just state officials, man, that thinks that they want to try to govern or secretly manipulate the government and the people in America to a way that's unnatural. So there's a lot of stuff being exposed right now, man. And the thing is, sometimes, man, you got to side up with somebody that is an unlikely foe to get the intel on who really you should or should not be dealing with amongst your own cloth. There's a lot of espionage and in-house shit going on right now in the American government.
Right, let me stop you right there. Now, basically, he's saying there's a bunch of espionage going on in the government and everything.
Pedophile rings.
Right. Now,
children trafficking.
And the key word that Farouk said, or the key phrase he said, a shadow.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I'm saying? So basically, what is a shadow? You know what I'm saying? It's hiding something. Something is one thing, but then we're going to see another thing. Now, it's a shadow thing going on in our relationships, in our jobs, our career, everything. What you have to be able to do is have the ability as a real ass motherfucker to be able to separate truth from falsehood. That way the shadows don't fuck with you, so you avoid the shadows, and you'll do something, and you might be able to become on the path of what me and Farouk called being on the path of sucker ducking and what?
Dummy dodge.
Yeah. So you can't blame anybody other than yourself if you can't separate truth from falsehood. For example, I was talking to this older lady. It was several years back, and she was telling me the importance of bottled water. I said, well, why you want to drink bottled water?
Bottled beer tastes better.
Yeah, baby. But she was talking about bottled water, and I said, why is it so important for you to drink bottled water? She said, because the tap water, it'll kill it. It'll kill you. It'll kill us. I really prefer to drink bottled water. So I looked at her. That was her opinion. And I said, look here. So the way I perceive what you're saying to me is that you rather give these motherfuckers money to fool your ass other than participate in something that's real. Because what you're going to do when you get this bottled water is you're going to take that bottled water and you're going to pour it over tap water or ice cubes. So don't tell me that you take the bottled water and make your ice cubes out of the bottled water. I said, do you make your ice cubes out of tap water? She said, yeah. I said, so when you pour your bottled water over tap water ice cubes, don't you know that's cross-contamination? She looked at me and said, you crazy motherfucker, you're an asshole. So now I'm the asshole because I'm giving you the truth and you lack the ability to separate the truth from falsehood. And at the same time, she was a black woman. She also had Kool-Aid in her house. I said, do you make your Kool-Aid with the bottled water? She said, no. I said, so do you think that the Kool-Aid powder somehow purifies the tap water and makes it pure? She said, you an asshole, get the fuck out of my house. I said, okay, I will leave, but let me get a glass of that motherfucking Kool-Aid. So what I'm saying is you got to have the ability to separate truth from falsehood.
You know what you should have asked her?
What?
Because, she's in the bottled water, right? You should have asked her, how did the water get in the bottle?
Yeah,
They
baby.
put it out the goddamn tap.
Yeah. Now, that brings me to an interesting point. Because do you remember a couple of years ago, I said, fuck this bottled water shit. I said, I want to come up with my own bottled water and call it throwback water. I was going to call it water hose water. Because you remember when we was little and we used to drink the water out the water hose?
Water was water then. It's different.
Was that water out the water hose good, motherfucker?
That was then. Now,
do you remember drinking that water out the water hose?
That was in the 70s, Mar.
Yeah, we couldn't get enough of it.
This shit is not water nowadays.
I know it ain't, but shit, motherfuckers still make their Kool-Aid with it.
They send all the water with all the shit and everything down there to Duke water. I mean, Dock water.
Yeah.
The water treatment plant, and they send it right back in the system. Then the fluoride in there.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it, if you guys are listening out there and you don't know where Dockwaller Beach is, Dockwaller is a beach in
straight down Imperial.
Yeah, it's a beach in California where historically that's where all the black people used to have to go to the beach. We couldn't go to Santa Monica, we couldn't go to Venice and everything like that. We would have to go to Dockwaller.
Duke water.
We call it Duke water because that's where all the waste comes out at. You know what I'm saying? So they get the black people the shitty beach. You know what I'm saying? So people go down there and they come out and they be like scratching. They don't know why they scratching and shit. Yeah, because you in Duke water. You might as well have dip your ass in the toilet. You dig what I'm saying? Am I right?
Thank you.
That's what I mean by separating truth from falsehood. So now we're getting right into it, and we just started. So some of the people has come in late, so we're going to let them wait, and they're going to come in on the 15-minute break that we're going to take. So now back to Benedict Donald. So this is what I'm saying. A lot of people are upset with him and how he's getting down and everything. But the reality of it is, now if you don't like him, I think this is my opinion. You don't have to do shit because a lot of people like to talk shit. And that talk shit, how many things does talking shit accomplish to your
nothing?
knowledge?
And most people talking shit didn't vote, so you have a right to your opinion, but you also have a right to shut the fuck up.
Right.
What
now,
amendment is that? Is that the Fifth Amendment?
It's one of them goddamn amendments.
Yeah, it's the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah.
In the Constitution.
You have the right to remain silent.
Yeah,
which is
shut the fuck
right
up.
To, shut the fuck up. I think
know?
It's the Fifth Amendment. When they say I plead the Fifth.
Yeah.
Now, it's a young man that comes from my hood, by a young man by the name of Nipsey Hussle. Now, he did on, and I know it went viral, he did something they call a victory slap. Now, I would like to say, certain people need a victory slap. And just for the day, Donald Trump may need the victory slap. And if Nipsey, if you're out there, you're listening, I would elect you to go and just walk up to Donald and say, how you doing, my brother? And that was some really fucked up shit you did. And give him that exact same victory slap you gave that motherfucking security guard.
I find that very insulting, Marv. You calling out for Nipsey Hussle when you got Cool Hand Luke right here, your boy next to you, to
We
get
got you to
paid
do.
for slapping the shit out of people. And, I mean, you got, I like Patron.
Now, I
It could
love
have been
you.
a fifth of Patron. Maybe an eighth of
I
some
love you,
Granddaddy
Fruit.
Kush or something. And, I mean, because it's
Fruit,
not personal.
I'm going to be honest. I love you, Fruit, and I've seen your Palm Pilot, and I've seen it in action. I've seen you slap the pure and literal shit out of somebody. But to be honest, that slap that Nipsey administered to that young gentleman was very textbook, and it was kind of beautiful. What would you say?
It's all in timing. It was perfect timing.
Was it perfect timing? Did you see the lean back on that
It was
motherfucker?
perfect timing, man.
Yeah.
He
But as far
got
as
real
power,
sharp reaction.
As far as power, I think you could have administered more.
Yeah,
than
it
power.
was cute. It was kind of cute, basically.
It was a cute
it
victim
wasn't
slap.
like no real, like, brutal. Like, see, it was like a bitch slap, like how a bitch or your mama, somebody would slap you. See, when you get slapped by the hand of a real motherfucking man, that's more than a slap. That's like a slap magnified. Because after you get slapped by a man, your shit is still ringing at least about 30 or 40
You ain't
minutes
gonna be doing all
afterwards.
this shit squaring up.
No.
So now I can't attest to that because had you slapped that motherfucker, I'm quite sure his jacket would have came off of it.
Well, I know if he got on contact lenses, them motherfuckers would have flew out his motherfucking eye socket.
Contact lens, all that shit.
Or I slapped the boogers out his fucking nose. If he got boogers or, any loose molars or anything, anything loose is getting slapped.
All that
the
loose
fuck
shit
off
coming
your
out.
face, yeah.
Yeah. So okay, now that's the commentary on Benedict Donald. Now, what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna give this number to you, 323-293-3375. And let me tell you what you guys should be expecting on this episode of Madd Marv Comedy Lounge. We have my wife coming up. She's gonna be talking about the marital issues and give you guys something to think about, something to make you say, You know what I'm saying? We're going to have her coming up. We're going to have Packett coming up. He's going to be talking about his Woodswood and things like that. And before we go to commercial, we want to talk about this one thing Farouk brought to my attention. It was a pastor that had sex with one of his parishioners, what do you say, girls. And the young parishioner found out and then went over there and was killed. And now it was kind of interesting to me. Farouk, will you tell the people what happened in your own Farouk-ass words?
Well, basically, man, to cut the chase of what they say, man, here's a so-called man of the cloth preaching and teaching the gospel of Christ.
Laying hands on the sisters of the congregation.
He got caught up in a scandalous relationship with a practitioner or person.
Parishioner.
Yeah, parishioner's daughter, So, when the man found out and went to go confront him, the pastor, I guess he figured out, shit. Who's going to put me in jail? I'm a pastor, so, he shot the man and killed him.
Right. Now, the thing is, let me tell you guys something out there. When you sit up there and you want to go and be chivalrous, about a lady and, what she did with another man, you have to understand the reality, and you got to go into the future and work this thing out. Now, whatever you do, you go over there and y'all might get into it. Somebody might die, somebody might not, or whatever. But at the end of the day, that woman's going to do the same thing she been doing regardless, that you are the sucker. So think before you react, because, it's all fun and games until it ain't. So I don't really have sympathy or empathy for somebody who lacks the ability to administer and demonstrate the ability to separate truth from falsehood. Yes? And we'll be right back on the Madd Marv Comedy Lounge right after these messages. And we'll be right back on the Madd Marv Comedy Lounge. All right, and we're back at the Madd Marv Comedy Lounge, and we see the late people have showed up. Packett is here to my left, and my
I
wife.
wasn't late.
You wasn't on time either, motherfucker.
Well, you didn't let me in. I was there. I was hollering, let me in.
All right, what
Let me in.
What
Winners
time?
don't make excuses.
What time
Packett.
do I tell your ass to be here?
When I get here.
Is that what I told your ass?
That's what he
For
said.
what time do I tell everybody to be?
Well, I try to be here at least about 6:45 myself.
Right, I tell everybody.
I mean, hey, I'm not everybody
Right,
else.
well,
so,
I tell
but-
everybody, look here. We're gonna meet at the shop at 6:30 so we can discuss what's going on with the show. So
That's
everybody,
impossible.
To you.
It may be impossible to your ass.
Well, it is after I had the conversation with you. Oh, my bad. You might have been drinking that day, but
Who
when
gives
I
a
get
fuck?
off work,
Damn.
I have to get here after I get off work.
Yeah, okay, so then at that point you should say, Marv, I'll get here when I get here, and that's the statement that you make with yourself.
And I did, but you,
So according
you
to
don't
my
remember.
get down,
You don't remember because of the alcohol.
No, I don't give a fuck.
Blame it on.
According to my get down, your ass late. See, it's all funny game. Remember I said it's all funny game.
This cat Packett trying
Oh,
to be
man.
funny today, man.
Man, I can't
Packett,
be
you
happy.
trying to be
My
funny.
birthday just passed.
No, you can't
Happy
be
birthday,
happy.
birthday,
happy
man.
birthday, Madd
Thank
Marv.
you.
Happy
You can't be
birthday.
happy.
Why not? I can't be happy.
Because you're a fat motherfucker. You need to be jolly.
Nah, buddy. Hey,
Fat motherfuckers is jolly.
And check this out. And check this out,
Jolly.
little fella. I'm not gonna be fat much longer, sir.
Hey, well, you're fat now. We're gonna milk that shit.
You milk it as much as you can. But there was a guy that wasn't much bigger than you that sits over there sometime named JB, and he has a 3-inch.
Who is JB? You talking about
Mr. Israel?
Johnny Lee Israel.
There he is. There he is.
What
Mr.
that
The
got-
coldest player, Issa LeBron, is who you
Yeah.
talking about.
What that got to do with your big ass?
Because you and Johnny about the same size,
So what?
and
You trying to get where we at?
he has a 3-inch. What did he say he has?
Microdot.
Oh yeah, okay. I was just pointing something
You-
out
your ass-
because I am big, but everything on me is big.
Oh, whatever the fuck. I don't need to know that shit.
I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? See, big fella, big things. Little fella, little things.
Hey, whatever the fuck you talking
Oh no
about.
no no! I was just because Johnny. I was talking about Johnny.
Yeah.
You know, hey.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. So anyway, and then we have my wife. My wife is here. The beautiful wife, Mika Thomas. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. So we're gonna start off because
Mika, you doing real good.
shut the
doing
fuck
very
up.
He don't have no marks on his face or nothing no
Not
more.
this time. They're gone.
Yeah, nothing around his neck.
I heal up good.
She sounded like she was getting ready to jump over the table and beat your ass, talking about her sugar pile. Hey,
Watch your
hey, hey.
Don't talk about that
That's
joke.
enough, Packett.
Fat motherfucker. Hey, don't get it. Hey, don't get it twisted. She's sweet in the motherfucker, but she will roast your ass like a country ham. You hear me?
Hey, I know she live in the household with you. I can imagine what goes on over there.
Yeah, she roasts my ass sometimes. I just got to run outside. I be pretending like I'm smoking a cigarette. One time she had climbed me so bad, I was like, let me just smoke a cigarette. Went out there, I had no cigarettes in the pack and shit. I just was out there like fucking around. But anyway.
So you seen him out there fumbling with the empty package?
That's on him. He ran. I didn't. Shit.
Oh, shit, you hear that?
She was in that motherfucker.
She said he ran, she
yeah.
did.
And I did ran with my little ass laying on there.
Did it sound like this?
Yeah, yeah.
Signs of a true man will always
She's like-
avoid confrontation with
She was
his
like, do we
crew.
have mice in the house?
So you did the right thing,
Not
man.
always, but yes.
Hey,
Yes.
nah, that's me and my little ass leg.
You did the right thing by retreating.
Right. So look here, Packett. How was your week?
Oh man, my week was lovely.
What you say?
Lovely.
What
And
did
happy
he eat?
belated birthday, Patrick.
Thank you,
Did
sir.
you ask him what did
Sir.
he eat?
Yeah. What did you eat this week?
I had some vegetable fried rice one day. The next day, I had some broccoli and some meatloaf.
It sounds like you making this shit up.
No, I just had to remember what I had.
Broccoli and meatloaf? Whose phone is going off? Is somebody going? Okay. So you had a pretty good week?
Oh yeah, it was a lovely week.
Okay, that's beautiful shit.
So you asked him what else did he have to eat?
Yeah, what else? What did you have a cheat day?
No, I don't do cheat days.
Did you cheat? though?
Fried rice.
No, it's still brown rice.
Meatloaf,
But
goddamn it,
it's
nigga.
fried rice though.
It's brown rice.
But it's fried.
Yeah, what kind of meatloaf?
I know. Something I do has to be bad. So okay, it was.
That's
bad.
all he fucking asked you.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what I had.
What about the meatloaf, nigga? That sound look a loaf of meat, nigga.
Yeah, but it's not authentic meat though. This is vegetarian meat.
You didn't say that.
We still call it meatloaf.
Did that nigga say meatloaf?
I
I
got
had a
you,
chicken
Patrick.
sandwich. I had a chicken sandwich a few days ago, and it
I
was,
had a. They call it a meatless meatloaf. That's what they call it.
That's what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
I said meatloaf. So okay, I had to say meatless meatloaf.
Yeah.
And wait.
What was in the loaf of
Everybody
meat that
up
you
here
made?
know I'm doing the vegetarian thing. So if I say meatloaf,
Shut
do
the
I have to
fuck
say
up.
meatless meatloaf?
Yeah.
Why don't
Yeah.
you tell everybody?
Wow.
For clarity.
Yeah, for clarity, tell us what was in the loaf of meat that you had.
because
He's waiting for you to fail package, so you have to be.
I see.
You have to really specify the shit that's going on.
Yeah, what was
man.
in the loaf of meat that you had?
Was it cornmeal? No, not cornmeal. I don't know.
Goddamn ground beef.
No.
It was less meat, right?
Yeah, the less meat.
I figured it out.
That motherfucker had that less fat ground beef. That motherfucker.
Yeah, but my lady made me some of that, and
Not bad?
I told her she was lying. She said it wasn't no meat in there. I thought that she was lying. I
not
threatened to
bad.
whoop all the kids' ass like they was in on it. Like, yeah, Dad, for real, we seen her made it. It's no meat in that. Like, all y'all finna get your ass whooped because y'all lying.
You shoulda invited
But it was
Packet
real
ass
good.
over.
But she told me I guess she made it out of like black beans, oatmeal.
Wasn't no cornmeal in that motherfucker, was it?
No, cauliflower.
I think it was oatmeal.
And I
Oatmeal,
think she
that's what it was.
used what did she use?
The
She
whole
used-
world-
She used some mayonnaise to
Look,
bind it together.
The whole world heard his ass say it was some cornmeal. Then he was making up shit.
It was
cornmeal.
I didn't
that
make
ain't gonna
it.
taste like no
I
goddamn
did not make
meatloaf,
it.
man.
I
if
did
it
not
got
make
cornmeal
it.
in
But it was good.
Was it store bought or was it homemade?
It was homemade.
Look at you. See how you looked over there?
He had to think
I
about
had
it.
a-
Making
Dang.
that shit up.
They probably had some carrots,
worse than the
corn,
police.
black
Goddamn right.
beans, rice.
I
They
can see
probably
doing
had
a
all
liquid
kinds of
Marv,
stuff in there.
and I don't get caught, and he get caught.
Yeah, I pull your ass over.
They walking him out like, all right, Packet, we caught.
Yeah.
We caught. I'm like, who are you talking about? The guy in the bushes right there. Come on, man. Let's go. We
Yeah.
caught.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
a
somebody informed me that you trying to have a secret distillery to make your own goddamn vodka.
That sound like Marv.
Who told you that shit?
I can't reveal my people to give me intel. man.
Nah, I don't.
That's not
But
true.
that sound like you. Even if you didn't, it sounds like
That's a
something
good
Marv would do.
idea. So I thought, I asked you.
I ain't never tried to make my own. No, I ain't never tried to do my own liquor.
Don't give him no ideas.
That is a good idea, though. Yeah.
What'd you
You know
do for
what they
birthday?
make vodka out of?
Oh,
right?
what did I do for my birthday?
Yeah.
My birthday was June 23rd. It was a Saturday, correct? Right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Cancer.
so I'm going to answer what I
I said
did.
cancer. I didn't say answer. I said
That's
cancer.
exactly 10 days after
Okay.
mine. Mine's birthday is
All right.
June
Do you guys want to
13th.
hear what I did for my birthday? Yes or no?
Happy birthday.
No.
What I did, I went to work. I went to work for a little while, and then I went to marriage counseling. Me and my wife, we went to marriage counseling
On your birthday?
on my birthday at 12 o'clock on a
What, did
Saturday.
they have like a cupcake with candles on there
They did
for
not.
you at
They
least
had
when you
shit,
went
nigga.
there?
It was cold, that motherfucker. And, we went to marriage counseling.
Well, did she give you like a Twinkie in the car with a candle on it or something?
Hell no. She gave me shit. She gave me,
No little hat?
no, nothing.
No little blower? The little blower?
Nah.
Oh,
None of that
the
shit.
thing goes,
Yeah.
I ain't done it. But we did go. We went to. I think we went to Skies after that, and then she did
Tacos.
treat. Yeah, Skies Tacos. She did treat. But the marriage counselor was cool. We have a nice marriage counselor. Her name is
Good-ass tacos.
Maureen. She's a nice young lady. Looked like she ain't never had dick in her life, but she looked like she might not
Damn.
know.
How's that look? How's that look go?
That's pretty graphic.
Did
Yeah, you know.
her lip go down a little bit?
No, she sat there with the thing. Look, she acted like she was engaged, but then look. 5 minutes before the shit was over, she pulled out that motherfucking receipt book like, okay, and time is up. You know what I'm saying? She was that shit.
She trying to get her money, huh?
Yeah.
I hope
at
she
the-
don't watch
That
the
shit's
show.
a waste of time.
She probably don't. She looked like she ain't got a fucking TV. But what I'm saying is this. But it was good for us because, it helps us get together and sort out some shit. And that's what people need to do in marriage situations. The whole thing is you got to learn how to communicate with each other, even if you need a third party or maybe even a television, whatever calls you guys to talk to each other and get progressively further is good. Don't be the type of motherfucker say, well, I ain't doing that bullshit. Or I don't want to, that shit ain't going to
So
work.
you just let me know that my grandmama was everybody's marriage counselor in the projects.
What you mean? How did she do it?
Well, I mean, people used to come over there and bring my grandmama a fifth and sit up there and talk shit for a long time. And after a while, she tell them both about themselves and
Was it effective?
how to get your shit together. Now, y'all going to get the fuck out of here. And don't come back now until y'all bring me another fifth. So
That might have been effective.
so she was a marriage counselor in the projects, everybody.
Yeah, that might have been
You
effective.
bring a fifth, they put that fifth there.
That was
They
their
talk
payment,
to each
her
other, they
payment.
work it out.
fifth
But
of what?
the
What was
thing is, whatever my grandmama
It
drink,
wasn't
man, I ain't gonna
it
be
wasn't a
exposed
fifth of
to what
meatloaf,
my
I'll tell you
grandmama
that.
like to drink, man. That's personal. Okay, but anyway, they give it a fifth.
Farouk, he thought it was a fifth of meatloaf.
Yeah,
There
but
we go.
She would always end up talking shit to him and running him out the house.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, the moral of the story really is I'm going to keep on taking these down fifth and run your ass out the house.
Yeah, do y'all figure
until
this
you
shit out?
figure out that you need to work this shit out on
Amongst
your own.
yourself. Okay, so now, that's beautiful shit. Now, Mika, how was your week?
It was good.
I miss
actually.
Willie Shields. Love you.
Who?
That's
His
my grandma.
That's her name, Willie Shields?
Yeah, her brothers called her Bill.
Look like she might cut the shit out
Oh,
you.
see, I like that. Willie, Bill, I love that.
All right, so now look here.
Yeah, she
Now-
was named after her father. Her father's name was William, so they named her Willie Shields, but her nickname was Bill.
So let's keep
I
it real.
like
Let's keep
that.
it real with my wife. She on the show. Now we asked you
what
how
about my grandmama, though, man?
shout out to Willie Shields.
Yeah, I don't like
She
the way
taught
you
me
said
how
her
to
name
beat
better than
everybody's
that.
ass in dominoes.
Yeah.
She was a dominologist.
Dominologist.
He ain't played me in no dominoes talking about
Big
beat
six to the
everybody's
table.
ass.
Now hold up. Now my wife, she's coming on the show, so she's gonna be here. So now look, when we ask you how your week went, you can't just say, "Oh, it was good, it was cool." We
I
need
know,
a little detail. So
I was interrupted.
okay, here we go again. How was your week, my
It
love?
was wonderful. I had a good week at work, a fairly decent week at home.
Damn.
What did Marv do this
Damn.
time?
Goddamn, will you let her talk?
Damn, boy.
Goddamn, why
She
y'all be
put
so
it in a
lucky?
nice way,
You know,
too.
Well, I mean, when I say fairly decent, that means we working on some stuff that we didn't talked about.
That mean I did some shit?
I didn't say that
Oh, goddamn.
yet, but I'm just saying.
He sound guilty.
She
as well.
said, yet.
I mean,
Let her get to the real shit first.
But I'm just saying, there's things that we are working on that we're verbally talking
Did I
about.
fuck up, baby? Did I fuck up this week? Let me know. I want to know. Tell the people, did I fuck up?
Yeah, baby.
Shut up, fatty wop. Fatty
That
wop.
was perfect. That was perfect. Huh?
Goddamn fatty wop.
I like that. Yeah, babe. Okay, I'm sorry.
Whose side you on?
Mine.
Now,
Yours.
tell the people.
Oh.
Did I fuck up this week some kind of way?
I mean, we both did, honey.
no, I wasn't no did I fuck up. No, I.
You did.
What I
That's
do?
a nice way of
What I
admitting
do?
you're
What I
wrong
do?
to say
Tell
you fucked up.
Tell the people what I
You
did.
want me to read it?
Sure, goddamn, she wrote it down.
No, you texted.
Oh, and in his
is it
drunkenness,
commercial?
he's texting shit, huh?
Ain't it time for
Read
commercial?
it?
Read
Okay.
this shit.
Boys, whose side you on?
Yeah, I want to hear this shit,
Yeah,
boy.
I'm gonna be quiet.
I want to hear the type of shit you text her.
I don't know if you want to hear me this. I don't
Go
know.
ahead, we keep it real on the line.
You can edit it however you want
I
to.
hope you good as me and quick. You know.
Was he Marv or Merv when he wrote it?
Shut the fuck up.
Merv.
Oh man, we about to hear the truth.
See, only Merv.
And nothing but the truth.
This
only-
gonna be interesting.
Hold up. Only Merv texts late at night. Yeah.
And it's long
I
as
know, but
hell.
trust me, I know.
Yeah, it is long.
It's
as
a
hell.
lot. This nigga wrote a whole novel.
He did.
Look, she going through it.
Well, let's
Something
hear
ain't
it.
stopped.
Hold on. Let's keep it real. When you read the text, read it in Merv voice. Because she does a great Merv, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, read that shit like Merv. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretend like not to get pissed off about it.
Pretend.
Oh,
I
damn.
don't know if you're that good of a net. I'm just kidding.
I'm the fucking best.
Okay, we'll see.
better hurry up.
Let's see.
You got a window.
I don't know if I want to read. Okay.
Take it from the
says,
top.
You got to do it like
You
Merv.
really think-
Hold up. You got to do it like Merv.
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't interrupt her.
Ooh, he almost got it back.
Spill the beans. If you really think.
If you really think you need to expose your problems, should I continue?
That ain't how I talk.
Okay.
Just read it.
If you really think you need to expose your problems to a cracker that clearly wants the money, that's all bad. You're willing to pay a cracker to solve your problems, yet, I can't even
misspelled
spell it. Of course you did. Refuse to submit to your husband. Who do you think you married? I'm truly disappointed with myself for choosing a weak woman
Oh!
my
considered
goodness.
to be strong.
I said that shit?
You want to read it?
Nah.
You know you lose without me. I love you so much. I wait for you to see it, but I know I must accept the truth. I made a mistake. You absolutely are not my queen. You are the mother of my child. For that I respect. I can't help you. I see that. I wish you the best, my love.
I be saying that shit without being faded.
No
Man.
comments.
That's his plea
Man,
out in his drunk to save him.
But check this shit out. In my defense,
There was no defense in that.
I said
I didn't even respond.
It might, yeah. Good thing you didn't.
Oh,
He talked bad about the therapist too.
Hell yeah, the cracker.
but
Because my thing is this, look here. What the fuck she got to know shit? Look, and she just sitting there.
I see what it is
She's
now.
sitting there, look. The cracker,
She's trying to find help
Hold
for
up.
this nigga.
No, the cracker
I
just.
see it now.
She just sit there and she's like, and why do you feel that way? And then like I said, 5 minutes ago, and as you know, and then she start pulling out that receipt book. Like, nigga, we could have did this shit at the house, nigga, say that bread.
And bought a fifth.
And yeah, baby.
I'm not buying him a fifth of nothing. Sorry.
It could
yeah.
be a fifth of milk, orange juice, or fucking shit.
So basically, the
y'all
therapist
buy
is-
me the goddamn fifth and
Hold
come
on.
talk to me
What's
for
that?
a while.
The therapist is like the
Mediator.
like the so everybody gets a chance to
Therapist
talk.
like fucking Facebook.
No.
Nah.
I told y'all need to stop clock, like one of them bacon timers.
Mm-hmm.
Put 3 minutes on there, and nobody breaks the rule. Whoever break the rule got to kiss ass for the rest of the week.
Man, that shit
Because
don't
they ain't
work.
playing by the rule. It do work, Marv. You haven't tried it yet.
You know
How
what?
you know it
Thank
don't
you.
work?
Thank you
It don't
Get you
work
a
tomorrow
timer.
because you're not gonna
Wait,
follow
Get
the
you a
rules.
timer,
Wait,
because see,
wait.
therefore, you get 5 minutes to say whatever the fuck you want, and she has no choice to be quiet. Okay? But then when it's her time to talk, then you got to shut up and listen. Now, y'all can flip a coin to see who going to go first.
That sounds good.
I guarantee you it worked. Because,
sounds
see,
wonderful.
in communication, one has to listen better than they speak. And it'll teach you how to
Amen.
do, it'll teach both how to do both.
A fucking man. Now,
Telling you
So
it
when did
works.
y'all make up?
hold on.
Oh, let me tell you what.
Do you agree with that
Now,
shit?
can I get my fifth for my goddamn information?
I got you, Farouk.
I want a fifth for my
That was
good
good
counsel.
advice. Wait,
Let me go get him a fifth of OJ real quick. Hold on,
I don't
before
want
I
no
do.
OJ.
You didn't
I
say
don't
it.
want no
You
damn
just
OJ.
oh, it's okay for Marv, but not for you.
Yeah, because see, he's known as a heavy ass drinking act. He turns him into Merv. You know, alcohol just makes me more cheerful.
Okay. So, but let me tell you what his thing he did in the morning. Okay.
Did he strip for you?
He far from
Who
it.
the fuck I look like? Genuine?
No, that's
No,
loose change.
Gary
What'd you
Coleman.
call yourself?
Did
Big
he take
Luke,
a shit
Big Luke.
without
What was the
flushing the
other
toilet?
Hold on.
Gary Coleman with the curly.
Hold on. She did y'all hear what she said? Because you asked, did I strip in the morning?
What'd you say?
She said, what do I call myself? Because I used to be a stripper. It was, small change.
Because he always got change in it.
Yeah. I used to strip, ladies and gentlemen. I was a comedian stripper. They used to call me Spready Murphy. I tell my jokes, and I strip, Spready Murphy.
Spready
and
Murphy.
then sometimes I was dressed in a suit like a lawyer, and they used to call me Johnny Cockring. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. What
So
you said?
he wakes up yesterday and he says, his shoulder. You know, he's going through this and he's snuggling and cuddling. And this is 2 minutes before my alarm goes off.
Rotator cuff.
Yeah. So he's like, I slept on her. I don't know what it is. But, baby, all you need to know is how much I love you. Mind you, he don't know I already read the messages.
Oh, you had already read it?
So he had switched back to Marv.
So
and
he
then-
was drunk
and-
as hell, and he texted you that shit, and then he felt
Because
guilty
she
about
said
it
she
in
don't
the
read the
morning.
texts, so I figured she didn't read the motherfucker. So I go with the rotator cuff.
Yeah, that was for like 15 minutes and then didn't want to let me out the bed.
You know what? I
Wait,
think what he
let her
was
finish the
doing,
story, though. Hold on.
he was
How
reaching
did
out.
that
He
little
just
bitty
wanted
arm
you
keep you in the
to. He
bed?
just wanted you to come out there like you really care
Did you
about
know
his
this motherfucker
drunk ass,
like I
and just
really
say,
care?
"Yeah, thank
Baby.
you." You know what I'm saying?
Baby.
Come on with your drunk ass,
baby.
Marv.
I don't do the drunk
I know
Marv.
you don't.
Okay.
I know
Oh.
you don't. You stand your ground.
Hold on.
You let him go through his own trip.
Let you do that. Go
Farouk,
ahead.
hold on. Baby,
Don't
did you
take
hear
it out on me.
Did you hear what he just said about your man? He said, how did I keep you in the bed with these little ass arms?
No, I said with that little ass arm.
Damn.
That means you must have wanted to stay in the bed because I know that little arm didn't keep you in the bed.
It was the blanket.
Damn,
and the
Packer, you
arm.
really
It was
got
like
some
it was
jokes
like
He
a
put that
belt.
little wing on her like this.
Like a
Chicken
belt.
wing. He said that nigga arms look like folded chicken wings.
Wait,
God
it
damn.
was like a belt though. He had to click, click, click. You know.
It ain't time for commercial.
So he must have had both of them around her like this.
Oh, man.
The cuff, the rotator cuff. So yeah, okay.
That means he in love because he knew he had made a mistake that night.
So what happened?
Did you kiss ass and apologize?
No, you know what I did? I was hoping he'd go back to sleep before I left for work. But while I was trying to get dressed and go to work, he sat there and was like, "Can you come lay down for 5 more minutes?" No, I cannot.
You know that, man.
So
It's baby time.
I still gave him a kiss before I left. And normally I would walk the hell out.
That's what I need, though. I need to kiss you.
That shows that you had a lot of growth in the relationship.
Goddamn right.
Sure.
Because it used to be time late.
You kiss him on the cheek in the morning, right?
Sometimes on the forehead, depends on how he's facing on his neck. I mean,
Yeah. And that's beautiful. And like when she
he
gave me a
can't
little
wait
kiss,
to get out till I get out the bed. He takes
Now, when you
over.
kiss him in the morning, do you do this?
Like I said, I kiss him on the forehead and neck.
Or you just see a piece of skin because
I know
probably his
after that
thigh
nigga
or
been
something.
drinking
Yeah,
and
she don't
eating
know.
some motherfucking
Yeah, she don't know.
jalapeno poppers and shit like that at night.
I mean,
I know when he
woo.
wake up, boy, that wolf be kicking.
hey, nigga, I be eating
That's why
Vietnamese
I'm at
soup.
work when he wake up.
Look, I be eating Vietnamese soup and shit.
That's funny.
Look, I eat Vietnamese soup, you know what I'm saying? I eat all kind of shit, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you
be
know,
delicious.
this is a Surgeon General warning to everybody that likes boneless chicken by anything. They have been using rat meat from the Philippines, and you've been thinking this chicken is
They're
not
gourmet
chicken,
rats,
it's
dude.
rat meat.
Gourmet rats, they
Yeah,
raise-
this is serious. Like all the
farm-
you
farm
go to Wingstop, and you got how the hell can you have a boneless side wing?
It's farm
That
raised.
never done. That was some shaky shit to y'all.
Boneless anything.
Yeah, it's rat meat.
Farm raised rats.
Rat meat.
Farm raised.
You're not going to deter Marv from nothing to eat, boy.
That's
You ain't
true.
going to deter that man.
That's true.
Marv got that steel stomach. He don't give a damn.
Shit, I eat the crack of dawn if it had gravy on it. But this is what I'm saying is, listen. So we got my wife here, and she's going to be discussing just questions that people may think of or may come up in a relationship. So what is the topic this week for Mika's marriage corner that you want to be put up for discussion? Now, before we get into it, if there's anyone listening out there that want to call and this subject that she brings up may touch them and they want to ask a little something, they want to call in, you can reach us at 323-293-3375. That's 323-293-3375. Baby, what is the topic?
Today, I want to discuss step parenting and dealing with that child, that stepchild, or being a step parent, or having also to deal with that child's other parent,
The baby mama or baby daddy?
baby mama or baby daddy.
All right. Now let's start with your big ass.
Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
What do you think about it?
yeah,
How do you have you encountered relationships where you've had a woman who's had kids, and have you had to deal with that?
baby daddy or
man?
baby mama?
Right, hopefully baby daddy.
Yeah.
But
Shit, we had a new millennium.
Yeah.
I've been in that situation before, but I didn't have to deal with the baby daddy. He was nowhere to be found, and the mother was foul because when the relationship didn't last, me and both our daughters, I used to take them everywhere. We was like, basically, I was in love with her daughters, wasn't in love with her, and that was a bad situation. I was like, I don't never want to do that again. Because,
So you never had a situation where you had to deal with the baby daddy?
Nah.
Okay. What about you, Farouk?
Yeah, on a few occasions,
What was the situation?
First of all, I'd just like to say when it comes to parenting, if you taking care of the child, whatever, you got a special interest in anybody's child, you got to stop the step shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just because you the biological genetic pool that you come from does not really entitle you to be a
Define.
parent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I had an incident before, young man, his name is Philip. You know him, Philip Clark, coming there, call me Pop. Still to this day, he's not my biological son, but
He cool to motherfucker.
I spent some time with his mother, and his father one day happened to be at the house, and I was upstairs, so I heard him kind of like raising his voice. I guess him and the mother was having a discussion, and I believe, because at this time they were still legally married. They were separated. I just so happened to be with her. But I gave them that time because, y'all discussing things about your kid. I'm a man, I understand, right? I go upstairs, he started raising his voice, so I had to come down there and let him know that he can raise his voice and talk as loud as he wants to on the other side of this door. But right here, there's only one set of nuts that's going to be loud up in here. So if you can't respect the circumference of my household, you got to get up out of here.
And respect your nuts.
Yeah, but, I mean, me, myself, it's kind of like hard because just even him as a father, he was struggling with a lot of issues. So I could tell that most of what he was going through was out of his own frustration and stuff like that. So I can't really say that I was getting into it with him. I was just letting him know, man, you're a little bit emotional, whatever, due to the circumstances, but you can't talk loud up under here. Another time, he called me trying to tell me I can't put my hands on his son. So I said, well, I'm glad that we come to this conclusion because you can come get your son and all the shit that we bought him and take your son, and you never have to worry about that. But as long as your son is up under here and I'm feeding him and providing for him, he going to do what the fuck I tell him to, or either I'm going to whoop his ass. Right. Now, if you got a real problem with that, you know where I'm living at. Right. You can have a sit-in and watch me whoop his ass, and if you got a problem,
get your ass whooped.
Yeah, because it's no thing to me. Yeah.
Now that's the thing where I'm from too, and I don't know where these people get off talking about, oh, they want to show up when there's some shit going on. Oh, you put your hands on my kid and shit, and like, wait a minute, hold up, check this shit out. Now none of that would have happened, and you feel free, because I'm a nigga like this. Feel free, you come get this motherfucker. You ain't got to never ever worry about me putting my hands on your kid.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But as long as the motherfucker is over here, it's going down the way it go down over here. Now feel free, if you want to make my load easier, come get his ass.
But real men don't really have that problem,
but
man.
a lot of times, those people that do talk that shit, they are not in a position to come get their kid.
And that's what it really
if
be,
they
man.
If they were, that kid would be with them.
They be talking out of their own frustration, like my current circumstances. I got, my lady had 2 daughters and a son. Her son being the eldest, his father was deceased, but the father of the 2 daughters, he come by when I met him or whatever, first being around or whatever. He was always around because he wasn't a deadbeat. He took care of his daughters. So we developed a cool relationship because it's like, even though I'm in this situation, I got kids, it's in a household of another man. So I think when you mature and you develop a real coexistence relationship with the other man in your kid's life or vice versa, men tend to settle a lot of stuff and don't have a lot of drama because, I never had that problem with, my lady now, the father of her kids, he's always been respectable.
Right. But some motherfuckers are just retarded. Now, I ask from a woman's perspective, how does the woman in the relationship deal with the new man and the fact that she has the father of the son that this new guy is taking care of? Like, how does she, from her perspective, handle the dissension between the new daddy and the baby daddy? Can you answer that?
The new daddy. Okay,
and
so
the baby
like
daddy.
us.
I didn't say that.
I mean,
it's the monkey in the
room. The monkey. Okay.
Fuck you with a monkey in the room. That was the elephant.
We call it the monkey.
It wasn't. It was
the monkey.
Yeah, the monkey.
It was difficult.
Is that a code?
Don't
name
say
for
monkey.
This nigga breath. What y'all talking about, man? I see she turning away like, damn. I mean, what y'all talking about?
Israel said he pooped.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
It was difficult for me at first because I didn't know how I was gonna handle it. I didn't know how to handle it. That's a good question.
Goddamn right it is. That's why I asked.
So it was difficult for you because you've been in a position where you pretty much been doing everything. So now you have a man that take a special interest in your kids.
She ain't gonna get away with just saying it's difficult.
You don't want to just let go of the control out of, you've been so used to handling to where it's like, now here's a man, but you still want to, well, this is how it's going to go. I mean, I can understand where you're coming from, because mothers are very protective over their children, you know what I'm saying? And they always considering that, even though I like you, they don't know what type of rapport that you might have with their kids. Their kids might not like you. There's always
Would you agree with that?
That is very
Because
true.
I know kids, their daddy ain't shit, but to the daddy everything. They gonna have to grow up to realize, damn, you know what, Pop, she wasn't shit.
Now,
but at that time, hey, they love their daddy.
Now check this shit out. I can't say this. Now I did date this young lady one time that had a daughter, and she had a daddy, the baby daddy. She used to tell me the nigga wasn't shit and he was gangbanging and all this old shit. But, so in my mind, I was like, this is...
But you was gangbanging.
Hold on.
Just because people gangbang don't mean that they're not a good father, people, for the record.
Let me finish the story. So look, I figured, the way, basically, from her perspective, I was like, this is an asshole or whatever, because, it's two sides to every story.
Yeah.
So I go over to pick the little girl up from his care, and then so I put her in the car and everything, so, I got a seatbelt on and everything, we about to go and everything, so he come over there all, he was like, oh, so you the nigga that's, my daughter gonna be with, I'm like, yeah, he was like, I'm Wooty Woo, I'm like, yeah, I'm Merv, I slept with it, so he couldn't really say anything, so he looked at the ashtray, he said, I see you smoke Newports though, my nigga, you gonna be smoking them Newports around my daughter though, right? I was like, nigga, are you serious? Nah, nigga. So he was like, okay. Then he started checking the seatbelts. He was like, I see your seatbelts is sturdy. He was like, look, hey, you got some sturdy ass. Everything was hard. He was like, you got.
Hey, man, he cared about his kids.
Look, they was already, she was already strapped. He was like, you got some sturdy ass seatbelts though. He's like, that's cool though. That's good. You got some sturdy ass motherfucking seatbelts. And he was like, so she's safe though. Then he looked at the little girl. He was like, so you just gonna roll with Merv like that? And then she was like, yeah. He was like, you don't want to just hang out with Daddy a little longer? And then she was like, nah, Merv's taking me. We're gonna get donuts and stuff. So, so they go like this. He had to go hard. He was like, so you just gonna go get donuts with Merv though? She was like, yeah. It's like you don't want to just because I got some bread at the house with
some sugar bread.
Look, he said, no. This nigga already said. He said, because I could put the the cinnamon and the sugar with the butter. Okay, to put it in the broiler. Look, the nigga,
in the broiler.
He got a little. He's like, and put it on the broiler. You know how we doing it like that. He was serious though. He's like, he put it up on the broiler. You know how we put it, make the little cinnamon down. He's like, the cinnamon down. And then she was like, "No, I'm just gonna go for the Krispy Kreme with Merv."
Yeah, he was crip walking doing that.
He was like, we did cinnamon down. And then she was like, "No, Dad, I'm just gonna go with the Krispy Kreme with Merv." And he was like, "All right, though, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You just be safe, though. You know what I'm saying? With the Krispy Kreme stuff.
Take care of my baby.
He's like, yeah, like with the Krispy Kreme, take care of my baby. You know what I'm saying? But even though it was stupid as fuck, but it was cool though because we had a relationship. Yeah. But now this motherfucker was slick though. Come Christmas time, this motherfucker, because I was like, yeah, he's suck ass nigga ain't gonna give her no present. And so a big ass present come to the door. I opened up, it was a big ass fucking present. It was one of the Power Wheels. You remember Power Wheels?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't put together.
And you had to
nigga, I had to sit there.
You her
nigga.
new daddy, nigga.
I'm drunk as a bastard. Look, it's Christmas Eve. Your boy faded, motherfucker. I'm trying to put wrenches and shit. You ever try to put some shit together? You got all these pieces left. You're like, where did shit go?
Because when you drunk, you don't follow the fucking instructions, man.
Nigga. Yeah. Look, so I was like, what the fuck? Fuck this shit. It looked like it was together. Little girl got in the motherfucker. She got in it, drove that shit, and that shit fell apart like goddamn. The wheels fell out the motherfucker.
Not the Flintstone.
Flintstone like a motherfucker. And I said to she started crying. This Power Wheels. And I said, this motherfucker right here. And I called him up. I said, why you put it together? He was like, how was the donuts though? How was the
That's his way of getting your ass back.
Because we was on fire. He was like, how was the Krispy Kreme, cuz?
Yeah. But anyway, trying to sabotage you.
Yeah. So, basically that's what's had it on the Madd Marv Comedy Lounge. Now that was a very interesting subject that my wife brought, and I didn't really want to share that detailed information with you guys. But now we get to the point in time in the show where we get to what we call the Packets What's Wood. So Packet What's Wood.
What's what? Oh man, what's what? What's not? What's not is LeBron is the man now.
Of course, nigga.
Do you feel that way?
He ain't played one game, man. In Laker time, no matter how great you are, man, you got to prove it when them sneakers hit that parquet floor, man.
But I want to know how you feeling about this man.
I'm loving it.
He's
when he put that goddamn,
we're going to give him a chance.
When he put that uniform on, it's all good with Merv.
All right. I got to move right along because that doesn't feel good to me. So I'm moving right along with the West.
What the fuck? You your feelings?
I got to talk about.
Look here.
What
Now,
go?
what I can do for you is I can take you after the show to get some Krispy Kremes.
Okay.
They don't make vegan donuts there.
Ah, man, donuts. I remember how donuts taste. But let's talk about something good. 12-year-old girl from the south side of Chicago graduates
Chi-town.
college with her second degree.
Yeah.
Her second degree, sir. She got her bachelor's now. And everybody always talking about the bad things that come out of Chicago. I just want to say something good that comes out of Chicago.
Well, the bad made her good, okay?
Her name is DJ Tillman.
Do you want me to tell you why I said the bad in Chicago made her good?
Tell me, go ahead.
Because for one, she can't go outside and play like other little kids, so all she did was motherfucking homework and study at home. So that allowed her to be like, you know what? If I just concentrate on these goddamn books, I can graduate, which any nigga can. But if you paid attention to what's going on out on the street corner, you can't do that.
Hell yeah.
So it's just like anywhere, man. Pressure makes diamonds.
So we're going to give her the award of being able, at a young age, to have the ability to separate truth
and the bullshit.
That's right.
You know, because you got to think about it, man. Like, people always talk about we're products of our environment, right? But, like, I asked them and I posed a question to them, if you're a product of your environment, are you a good product or are you a defect? You know what I'm saying? Because people talk about pressure and poor conditions, you know what I'm saying? Under the worst conditions comes the greatest people. You know what I'm saying? Now, it might only be a handful of them, but these other people had the same opportunities. They just didn't make the right choices.
Where them
and they
lazy
didn't have
motherfuckers?
the same support.
Where the lazy motherfuckers come from?
Probably, well, I mean, you know, that's in their genes, man.
Lazy motherfuckers is a victim of circumstance, too, though.
Yeah, they're a victim that they lazy-ass daddy finally got enough energy to fuck they lazy-ass mama. Then here come birth to your lazy ass. Laziness is genetics. You know, I honestly knew a whole family of lazy motherfuckers.
Are you saying if you follow a lazy motherfucker home, 9 times out of 10,
everybody lazy?
a lazy motherfucker
Dog
over the door?
lazy.
I guess birds on a feather.
Or they
Fish
won't
in the
go
fish
for it.
tank, barely swimming around.
They're
Bird
too lazy.
lazy than the motherfucker. They even got lazy ass plants in their house. You know what I'm
These are
saying?
that.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, so Packard, what's the next thing on your?
And I want to point out to people, if you want to get in on the challenge that we're going to do for sports season, I'm putting it up on Yahoo. We're going to make this official.
Now,
so
who's the challenge between? Who is the challenge between?
It's going to be everybody on the panel,
About his po ass picks.
Said's comedy.
His piss po ass picks.
We're going to see.
Said's Comedy Corner.
Yeah.
We're going to see who has the bad picks, and it's going to be able to be posted where you can check it out on Yahoo and look at the stats and statistics from there.
You better be on point.
Oh, it's going to be on point.
We're going to
I'm
always
embarrassing
go
people
back
this
to
season.
this show. And Portis, I want you to take a clip of this shit this nigga said in this show. That right
Hey,
there.
you can go
and when the
anywhere
season
on it.
start, we're going to go back to the shit he talk and always make him eat his damn word.
Oh, no. It's
You
not
was
gonna make me
horrible
work.
last year picking wins.
No, I wasn't.
Did you see the score?
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to pick the score. Oh, it's going to be this score game. And
No.
wasn't.
See. Well, you know what Fruit's talking about? He's talking about.
Every time y'all ass fucked up.
No, you don't even know what he's talking about. Me and Fruit are Facebook friends. You don't mess with Facebook, but every blue moon.
Yeah.
I'll be on Facebook, and when I'm making bets, anybody that gambles know that when you want a score to be a certain score, so I say the score that I want it to be when I'm making the bet on the team, and that's what he's going off of. Not my picks. He's going off of the score that I want the score to be
whatever.
at the end of the game.
He be losing anyway. Okay.
What do you mean? I won 85% of my games last season. What are you talking about?
Last time you said it was way higher than 85%.
Regardless of that, the what's what is you all going to be able to chime in. And guess what? You can get down with us. We're going to give you the updates next week.
Man, the last
when is
10
that gonna
games
start?
of the
Hold on.
season,
When is that gonna
you was
start?
wrong about 5 of them.
It's going to start the week 1 of the NFL season.
And what week is that?
That'll be September 8th, I believe.
Okay.
The week 1 Hall of Fame game. And what you're going to do is it's going to be on Yahoo. You get to pick every game. We're not going to do a point spread. We're going to just do regular picks. Who makes the right picks, who makes the wrong picks. And we're going to add them all up and see who has the best record at the end of the season. And you can play along with us. How about that, sir?
You sound real hard.
like fun.
Oh, yeah, because it's going down.
Didn't he sound real hard?
It's going down. And that's the what's what for this week.
Look.
I'm going to have a juicier one for y'all next week, and I'm going to have the information for y'all next week, too.
Package, you sounded real hard, like them seatbelt sturdy, though, my nigga.
And the Panthers ain't
What
going
about
to
them
be
donuts,
shit.
cuz?
Them donuts, nigga, you going to Krispy Kreme, nigga?
What about Yum Yums? You didn't like Yum Yums?
You don't fuck with the Yum Yums? Because my daughter really like, you know what I'm saying? She really like the Yum Yum stuff.
Don't nobody fuck with Winchell's no more? Y'all don't go to Winchell's no more?
That's a police hangout.
Yeah, hell no.
Police hangout at any goddamn donut store, AM, PM.
I think they got like special keys for Winchell's.
You know what?
Orange, police hangout wherever they want to hang
Hold
out
up.
at.
This is what I noticed. These motherfucking police is hanging out at Starbucks now.
Yeah.
It's coffee.
And fat burgers.
Yeah. I see the motherfucker do like this. And let me get a caramel frappuccino with the Leonardo DiCaprio extra venti. You know.
Extra venti.
Yeah, extra venti. You know, I don't know how to order that.
Who's that nigga that just went in that bathroom?
Right.
Hey, but did you guys hear about that white lady that hung the toddler? It was a white lady. She was in daycare, and she had somebody's 16-month-old baby, and she tried to hang the baby with a noose. She failed, but another thing, they only gave her 10
That motherfucker
10
was probably crying like a motherfucker, you know, because sometimes you got to tell the kid to shut up. You don't shut up, nigga.
But Marv, she got off on probation.
She probably had mental issues.
Do we know the story of the kid?
And she don't need a daycare.
Yeah, but...
Do we know the story
No,
of the
but
kid?
I'm just saying a lot of people, they figure out later that they have mental
kid's
issues.
fault, Marv.
So they wasn't
Sometimes-
acting upon their real
Hold on,
vicious
Farouk.
thought.
Sometimes these kids, motherfucker, man, I'm telling you. Look. When you be looking at me like, look, if I tell your ass one more goddamn time,
Go sit over there.
hell yeah. Now this is one thing, and this was the pièce de résistance. What I heard today, it was a guy in CBS. It was a white guy in CBS who called the police on this young black woman who was trying to check her stuff out at the kiosk. And she had a coupon, but the coupon wasn't working, so she needed help. You know when they say, please check attendant.
Are you talking about it was Walgreens, right?
It was at Walgreens. No, it was CVS. So the white boy, he was shaking like a researcher. He was like, "Oh my God, she's in here and she's getting in trouble." And
I
shit.
know exactly what you're talking about.
And he literally thought she had a counterfeit goddamn coupon.
No, what it was CVS and Walgreens, they have their own special coupons, but manufacturers make their own coupons, which are supposed to be good anywhere.
Right.
She brought a manufacturer coupon in, and since it wasn't a CVS coupon, he like, bitch thinks she getting over.
Why was this motherfucker?
White people calling the cops on niggas lately everywhere,
but
man.
look, why was he shaking like a goddamn researcher? Did you see how he was shaking? He was like, "Oh my God, she's still in here," and
I thought he might have Parkinson's or something.
he had no goddamn Parkinson's. He had Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Parkinson's, nigga. Because he's acting like a punk ass motherfucker. He had Parkinson's. Just like the motherfucker they call, he's barbecuing and the smoke is coming in my yard. Oh my God.
Or the white lady all stooped down.
You smell that good ass
on
brisket
the little
I
girl
got.
selling water.
Yeah.
Remember her? She sniffing all down.
Can't hide.
Yeah. This little bitch out here thinking she's going to come up in our community selling water.
Yeah.
It might be laced with sherm. Let's stop these niggas from making $1. They don't deserve to fucking breathe.
It's a new one in New York. They call her Permit Betty.
What the fuck is that?
She stopped some people from selling some stuff on the sidewalk. She was like, "Yeah, we got to have our whole sidewalk."
So let me tell you something.
We gotta have the whole sidewalk.
They can't take on the sidewalk like this.
Black people, we love people. Just when you see these crackers, offer them something, because the motherfuckers that had that, their barbecue smoke is coming. They mad because you didn't offer them none of them goddamn
Start
ribs.
calling the goddamn police on them, okay?
What are you gonna call them?
Well, I started to call the police just yesterday because I seen a grown-ass white man in his car at the light right aside of me, digging in his goddamn nose, eating boogers. So let me call the police on the white man eating boogers.
They good for that one, though.
Let's call on all the shit y'all doing, okay?
Nigga, we call them boogers?
It's a fucking cracker in South Central on L.A. on Avalon and 103rd Street. You don't fucking think that's strange? He's fucking barefooted. I think he's on meth. He's climbing up the fucking watchtowers. I don't know what. Let's start calling on him.
Wait a minute, bro.
Y'all do say it's a fuck. Look, he's walking a goddamn dog at 3 o'clock in the morning. Who the fuck does that? He's spying on us. He wants to steal my fucking morning paper.
But see, black people.
Wait.
Black people ain't about to waste their time like that.
You gotta hold up. Now, this is some real shit.
Marv, why you laughing?
Because it's real shit. And I'm gonna be honest with you. All you motherfuckers out there, how many of you motherfuckers done look to your right in traffic and everything and then seen them motherfucking white people digging in their goddamn nose? Look, and then they look, and eat that shit.
But they do this shit, look. But look at it.
Look at it. Yeah,
Look at
examine
that
it.
What is that?
Is it
Why
big
they look
enough?
at it like
Look, then
that?
they do this, look. Then they do this, look, Marnell.
And
Then they do this, look.
And then eat that motherfucker.
Ain't that what they do? You nasty motherfuckers.
I'm calling. I promote and I implore all you motherfuckers. When you see a white motherfucker do that shit, I know
I seen a white lady take a shit on the
seen it.
bus
We
stop.
calling on him. This motherfucker.
She gonna try to scoot her ass on the edge like this and act all proper on the ass when right her ass was hanging off, and she just up there reading the newspaper like, and looking at me. I'm seeing shit fall on her ass, and she looking at me like.
How'd she do without peeing on herself?
Amazing
That's
shit.
number two. She shitted and pissed.
But no. Let me be clear.
That's why they call it number two, because you do both at
Hold
one
up.
time.
One and
We
two.
about to get out of here, but we got 30
That's
seconds
another
left.
thing from the ghetto Googler. If you ever wondered why they call taking a shit number two, it's because you do both at one time.
All right, now look here. Before we get out of here, we got about 20 seconds left. Please, let's call on every time you see a white person digging their nose and eat that goddamn booger, and let's just see what happens. Let's just see. We'll see y'all next week, Tuesday at 7 to 8 on the Madd Marv Comedy fucking Lounge. Thank you very much. Good night.
Peace.
God damn it.
This is the Madd Marv Comedy Lounge. Trap comedy at its finest. Where if you can't slang yourself, you might as well hang yourself. This is also where you can turn yourself into dope and you become the real man. Whoa, yeah.